Welcome back into the Nordic Components Talking Lead Podcast, episode 171. We are back from a long trip. We have probably went in the past week, visited, or at least drove through 4 different states. We went to the Iraq Vet 8888 YouTube shoot there in Georgia, and it was a great time. We had perfect weather, unlike last year. And we were able to get some really good videos. I didn't do any interviews for the podcast while I was there, but I did set some up to have some guys on in some later episodes. But we've been posting some social media videos and pictures while we were there. And again, I've got a lot of good video that I've got to go through and edit and get put up, but you guys will see that soon enough. And then after that event, I headed on down towards Daytona for the Big 3 East event. And on the way down there, we stopped in to visit the guys over at Frontier Tactical, Nate Love and Scott and the guys there. And they've got a new adapter for their Warlock system, multi-caliber AR-15 platform, that will allow you to use the free float handguards now. And they're making it where, depending on whatever handguards you've got, pretty much going to encompass any of the free floats. So that's going to be awesome. And we did a little video to promote that, so we'll be posting that as well. And then we headed on over to Daytona for the Big 3 East event. And of course, as everybody's heard in the news, the hurricanes were coming in during this event. And we were fortunate enough to get 2 good days in. Actually, it was a day and a half. Before the hurricane really started to present a problem for us, and got some really, really good interviews, and that's what we're going to be posting here the next couple of weeks. I'll probably be posting a couple of shows a week to get those out. A few things before we get into those interviews on this episode. Wanted to go ahead and thank the guys at the Iraq Vet shoot. Brandy, she did a great job getting that together. And of course, Eric and the whole crew, Chad, and they got a lot of family members that chip in and help with that event as well. It's a fabulous event. Couldn't have asked for a nicer weather, a more accommodating crew there. And like I said, we've got some good videos coming up. I actually got a really cool video, and I gave you a taste of it. Got to drive a custom combat trucks conversion. It's a 5-ton conversion truck. And man, that thing was sweet. I think he said it was somewhere around $250,000 is what they sold that one for. He gave us a great tour of that, and he actually let old Left Hand take it for a test drive. So look out. That was a good time. And last but not least, for the Iraq Veteran shoot, my good buddy Andrew. You guys know Andrew. He's been on the show several times. He was on a couple episodes ago talking some AK stuff. Andrew was gracious enough to join me at the Iraq Vet shoot and be my cameraman, my wingman. He was very helpful, and I wouldn't have been able to accomplish nowhere near what I did while I was there if he wasn't there helping me out. So, Andrew, thank you, buddy. I owe you a big old crystal dinner. I'm going to go ahead and thank our sponsors up front here and give you some updates on some things that are going on with our sponsors. Nordic Components, check them out at nordiccomp.com. They are in the recent issue of Guns and Ammo, the book of the AR-15. You guys are familiar with that one. The 2016 number 5 edition. So make sure you go and check out that. I don't know if it's available online or not, but you can get the book probably at any bookstore and Walmart, and they're pretty much everywhere. And then they've also got a video that was done by a show, and I had never heard of this show before. It's called Made for the Outdoors, and it's episode 7, and it's posted on their YouTube channel now. For those people who get Fox Sports South, you may have seen it already. I think their Made for the Outdoors is a show that is regularly played on that station. But go to the YouTube channel, Made for the Outdoors, watch that video. They show you detail from start to finish the process that goes behind making Nordic Components NC-15 rifles. And it's pretty awesome. It's a really good video, great quality. Got to give those guys props for that video. It's very entertaining. So make sure you guys check that out. And X-Steel Targets, we had Bud on our show a few episodes back, and they had announced that they had a new stand. It's called the Black Widow stand, If you go to their Facebook page, there's a guy there that's done a review, Beretta something or another, but there's a link there and you can go, and he does a good review on their targets. So check that out.
X Steel Targets.
And then I want to get to last week's episode. We had Christine Zador with the San Joaquin Rifle and Gun Range. All right, so the trivia question for that episode, Christine was generous enough to offer 2 adult admission tickets to attend the Extreme Halloween on the Range event that is going to be October the 22nd, and it's going to be held at the San Joaquin Rifle and Pistol Range. And along with that, those 2 tickets, they get you an opportunity, get you entries into their raffle, okay? So those 2 tickets that you're going to get also are 2 chances to win the raffle prize, which obviously you guys haven't gone to do that because there's very few people who have participated in this yet. They're giving away an AR-15, guys. So go and listen to episode 170, find out what you have to do to get entered to win these 2 tickets. And the great thing about this is, even though their event, the Extreme Halloween on the Range, which is October the 22nd, you don't have to be present to win this. So if you win the tickets, you don't actually have to attend. It would be great if you could attend. That would be awesome. But to go into the raffle and to win that AR-15, you do not have to be present to win. The ticket sales benefit Lone Survivor Foundation and the Matthew Axelson Foundation. So you guys can go and buy tickets. Go to their website. If you go to the San Joaquin Rifle and Pistol Range website, you can go ahead and buy tickets. They're like $25 a piece, and every one you buy, that's going to give you a chance, another chance, another opportunity to go into that raffle for that AR-15. I'm not going to tell you what kind of AR-15 it is because that's getting into the trivia question, but I can tell you it's a high-end AR-15. It's one that you guys are really going to want. $25 at a shot for that's going to be nothing now. It's cheap. And plus the proceeds are going to 2 great foundations. So I want to see participation in this get bigger. Like I said, it's pretty piss poor right now. There's only like 4 or 5 people, and I know we've got thousands of listeners. So take part. Like I said, you don't have to be present to win, but all federal, state, local laws apply. If you're not eligible to win a rifle, an AR-15, then don't expect to win one, but you can still buy the tickets, and your money will still go to 2 great foundations, the Lone Survivor Foundation and the Matthew Axelson Foundation. So take part, guys. I'm going to give you until this Friday. We're going to pick the winner this Friday, so you've got a whole week to listen to that episode, find out what you got to do to win. We'll be announcing the winner via social media, so we'll post it on Facebook, and if you are the winner, then obviously you're going to have Facebook because part of the process for answering the trivia question involves Facebook, and we'll get in touch with you via Facebook. And good luck. I hope one of you lead heads win it. Next up, what I want to discuss is getting our iTunes ratings up. I need you guys to go to iTunes and give us some feedback on iTunes. Just leave some sort of a feedback comment there under our show. Good, bad, indifferent. Any comment helps. But hopefully you guys are going to leave some cool, awesome comments. We need those to get our ratings up on iTunes. What I'm going to do is between now and the end of the year, I'm going to look at those, all the new posts that are on that, all the new comments or ratings. I don't know exactly what they call them, but feedback. So all the new feedback that we get between now and December, we are going to randomly pick someone, and you're going to win an awesome Talking Lead swag package. And for those who have won things from Talking Lead before, we give away cool shit. So I'm going to definitely have a Talking Lead t-shirt in that swag package. And then, of course, I'll have some things from our sponsors and friends of the show in there as well. So I want to see those go up between now and December. And then at the end of the year, we're going to go through those and pick some lucky lead head. And make sure you guys check out our sponsor, Cobalt Kinetics. Check them out at cobaltkinetics.com, their Facebook page. The Cobalt Kinetics 3-gun team is really tearing it up, guys. Those guys, Rick, Nick, Keith, and Kalani, are just really making an impact on the three-gun scene. I mean, you can't deny that it's got a lot to do with that Cobalt Kinetics rifle they've got there. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, you really need to take a look at it. It's very innovative, and it's just badass looking too. So check them out at cobaltkinetics.com. And we got to visit our friends at Glock while they were at the Big 3 East with us this year, and actually got Corey on the show. That's going to be not this episode, but he's going to be in a later episode where it's going to be Corey and Adam from Palmetto State Armory and Raphael from Eagle Imports and me. We all kind of get together and hang out when we go to these events, and it's always a really good time. But that's going to be a really fun and funny interview. You guys are going to like that one. But it is Glock's 30th. They're celebrating their 30th anniversary, and they've got some really cool swag on their website. If you guys want to go there and check it out and see what they've got to offer. And I've still got lots of Glock swag that I'm handing out to you guys as I see you out in public. If you ever see the lead sled, gas station, or at a store, or just driving down the road, make sure you wave at me, flag me down if I've got an opportunity, and I've got it handy. I'll hook you up with all our sponsor swag, and whenever they give me stuff, I like to re-gift it to you lead heads. Nordic Components is an American-owned manufacturing company proud to produce quality products right here in the USA. As a company, we continually invest in our manufacturing capabilities to ensure that all of our products are the highest quality and most efficiently produced parts available. The Nordic Components business consists of two segments, manufacturing and sales. Our manufacturing business works to provide custom machine components for a variety of applications, with our specialty being firearm components. The sales business produces lines of branded firearm accessories to enhance and elevate the shooting experience. We are a company owned and operated by individuals devoted to shooting sports, and many of us shoot competitively. We attend and sponsor a number of events around the country each year where we listen to you, the consumer, and are proud to say that all of our firearm components are a direct result of your input. As a firearms accessory provider, our aim is simple: provide shooting enthusiasts with innovative products of uncompromising performance and reliability. Nordic Components. Check us out at nordiccomp.com. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our interviews from the Big 3 East. We're going to kick it off with our good buddy Mookie and a gentleman called Tucker with Gundog Armory and Blackout Custom Cerakote. And then Mookie comes in with a whole slew of Spikes-sponsored athletes. Check it out. You guys are going to love this.
I mean, it's like the Predator laugh.
That'll work. Yeah, I turned it down right here. See if that sounds better. Yeah. There we go. My hair. How's my hair?
I messed something up. That'll help.
All right, Leadheads, we finally made it to Daytona Beach, Florida, and we are recording live at the Big 3 East. What is this, the fall edition? Is that what they call this?
It is. This is the fall event.
The fall event, and we got our good buddy Mookie here with us with Spikes Tactical.
Caw-caw!
And then we also have, hold on, I got his card right here. We just met Tucker. The mother trucker Tucker is in the house.
I hear that all the time.
Blackout Custom Firearms is with us. Awesome.
Yes,
so
sir.
we're going to get into more finding out what Tucker does, but we need to catch up with Mookie.
Hey, man.
What you been doing, buddy?
Well, selling guns. We've been, like a lot of people in the industry, we've had a very good summer. We want to thank America for that.
America.
For participating in the American Freedom Project.
Right on.
The ultimate expression of a free and just society is a credible threat to the government that is supposed to...
Keeps them in check, right?
Right. Keeps the government in check.
If the citizens aren't armed, they're not going to give a shit.
That's right.
They're going to do what they want.
Kent State.
They're going to be like Cartman. I do what I want. They kind of do that right now anyway, don't they?
They sure do.
We got to call them on their bullshit that they've been doing lately, but I don't understand it. Why are we not calling them out on this shit?
Well, those of us who are vested in and contribute to what's going on, I think we're informed and we vote accordingly, but a growing segment of American society does not participate, does not contribute,
right.
And they simply vote to grow their benefits.
We got a bunch of couch potatoes that think, I'm not going to make a difference. My vote's not going to make a difference. I don't like the way things are going, but, I'm just going to sit here and whine about it.
The American experiment with freedom was about individual hands-on participation and contribution, and that is what we're founded on, and we're devolving to a European model of government.
Right. So this is your opportunity this year to change that.
Absolutely.
So you lead heads, I mean, our lead heads are very well educated. They know what's going on.
Yes.
They are the, the 3%ers.
Yes, they are.
So they just need to get out and get those other people off the couch and help us make a revolution.
Well, not that you asked.
Change things. Yes, sir.
What I've been doing is instead of the classic arguments for, in our case, Trump or whoever the conservative candidate is, instead of arguing with people who disagree with me, I first let them talk.
Sure.
And I hear them out, and then I find ways to agree with them on my candidate's behalf. Because at the end of the day, no matter which direction you're voting, most people are good people, care about the world, care about our country. That's right.
Yeah.
They're just
Absolutely
not informed. And we as a culture have a tendency to attack. Frankly, all people do. When we attack to defend our positions, and it causes the people we're speaking
Especially
with.
when you're in a group. You get that mob mentality, and they just, gang bang on the, the guy that's not agreeing with them,
Absolutely.
And that's what we don't need to do.
That's right.
Just like you said, welcome them in, listen to their side of it, and then they're going to listen to your side.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good point, brother. Appreciate that. So Spikes has they've been doing a lot of things since our spring edition of Big 3 East. What you guys have released a lot of things. Tell us about your products.
Well, our big one is we partnered with Pipe Hitters Union. But the owner of PHU has been my friend for over 20 years. We're in the service together.
Love that rifle.
It's awesome.
You're getting to it, I know.
Yeah,
no. I'm jumping the gun.
No, you're good. You're good. I
got a little chubby over here talking about it.
We did a SBR in a full-length rifle. They are built to the standards of the guy who put the gun together is a SEAL Team 6 veteran, and that's just not to say he's a cool guy. It's a cool gun. It's speaking from a depth of knowledge and experience. And we gave him free reign to make whatever choices he wanted. We didn't really care. We gave him no limitations except for that it had to be an AR, obviously.
Right.
So those two guns are as he designed them. So you can buy them off the shelf as is, and they're combat ready, and they're still beautiful rifles.
They are.
I have no idea what they cost.
Sexy beast.
I'm terrible with the business side of it.
Hey, whatever it is, it's worth it.
Yeah. It's made of awesome.
It's made of awesomeness, and you need to buy it.
I have all these YouTuber guys, these writers ask me questions all the time because they need tech specs for the articles.
Yeah.
And I just can't do it. Like, I don't know why my brain didn't hold that stuff. So I say that the gun's made of technology encoded in science.
And if you want the specs on it, you can go to their website, spikestactical.com.
Yeah.
And
actually, we're pushing our social media. Our website sucks.
Does
it sucks so bad?
I haven't been there. I agree with you because I've only been on your social media.
It is so bad that we're a client of Recoil magazine.
Oh, got the latest edition of that. Yeah.
In Recoil, they wrote an article about our product and warned their readers not to go to our site. It's so bad. So I took it to my boss. I'm like, hey, I know I've been saying it for a while, but look at this.
Now it's in print, buddy.
Yeah, now it's in print, and but it's something we're addressing. It's just we've been like this company was started in a garage.
Yeah,
like 10 years, 15 years ago, whatever it is, and we're good at making guns and almost nothing else.
Yeah.
So we have to grow the other skill sets.
But you know what? People are kind of getting away from websites, and that's where people go. Social media now.
Yeah.
They hit the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagrams.
Oh, yeah.
At Spikes Tactical, at Ben Mookie, at Pipe Hitters Union.
There you go.
Thank you.
You got to add me, Ben.
Add you. Who are you again?
And
Tucker doing with Blackout Custom Cerakote.
There you go.
Oh, right.
Drop it every other word.
Yeah.
Drop it in there every
Spikes
other word.
Tactical.
Yeah.
Bam. But you've got a little private group too, like the Mookie Militia.
I do.
Is that like an invite only kind of thing? I can edit this out if you don't want that. If you don't want that.
No. It's totally cool.
Okay.
My personal site is mookiemilitia.com, and it's just kind of an offshoot of, like, I have for lack of a better term, a professional or fan page. And what I've found in meeting people in public who might recognize me, I end up liking them all. Like, we become friends. And my wife, Kristen, who's smarter and prettier than I am, said, Ben, shit attracts flies. You attract good people.
There you go.
And I was like, oh, that's... So what I did was I created this thing called Mookie Militia because I'm vain and couldn't think of anything else.
Well, I mean, it's catchy.
It is
MM, Mookie Militia.
And it's just a group of people who are like-minded. Like, we like whiskey, we like our family family. We love Jesus. Not everybody does. But
Love our country.
yeah, we
love
our
America.
Yeah, everyone's and they participate. Here's how I describe it. It's like Pipe Fitters Union.
Right.
It's a group of people who may come from different walks of life, different disciplines or fields of work, but all of them, their character is this. They put other people's welfare before their own. They contribute to their family, their church, their society, their neighborhood, and
their neighbor. Yeah.
Yes, they're the people who might be a doctor, might be a janitor, doesn't matter. They're the people you want to have in your life.
Absolutely. It's a great group, and if you guys get an opportunity, look at the Glock guys finally showing up. Did I keep you out too late? You kept me out too late.
Well, good thing it's not humid and hot.
No, yeah, it's a good thing there's not a hurricane blowing in.
Hey, man, I want to say this real quick. So Hurricane Matthew is coming to town. We're Floridians. We know how to do this. So yesterday I went.
Give us some tips, man.
Well, I went and I spent $600 on booze and beer. Now, that's step one. Step two is I went out and I bought all the food and water that I possibly could. And what we're doing with everyone here is when the storm comes, we're going to get in our bus and we're going to go out to the low-income section. We're going to pass out water to them because those people always suffer during any of these things. So we're going to pass out all the food and water, then we go party.
Awesome.
And we're going to introduce these rednecks from Tennessee, these, I don't know what you call someone from Utah, but I don't know, the
Utes.
Mormons. Yeah, Mormons. We're going to introduce them to the hurricane party. But in keeping with our brand ethos, you got to contribute and put in before you can go party. So
that's awesome.
You know, we're going to drive around. We're going to, if people need to get to the hospital, we're going to do it. There's no reason to have all these so-called able-bodied prepper security type dudes, and then we're going to go hide in a hotel like a bunch of scared rats.
Yeah, you got to help your neighbor.
Yeah, we're going to get out in it.
There you go, man.
So
That's awesome.
if you're listening out there, take care of your neighbor.
Absolutely. You know, it'll come back to you 10 times over.
Absolutely.
It will. So talk about your company there, buddy.
Yes, sir. So what we do is we do custom Cerakote. We do anything from your typical AR, your pistol, saw. I mean, anything you could pretty much dream of. What you want on your gun is what we could do. We tell you to dream it, think of a nightmare, and that's what we put on your gun.
And you can do it.
And I could do it.
Just do it.
We do it in a pretty quick timing, too, compared to most other places are, 4 to 6 weeks out. We're about a week.
Week?
A week.
And what's the name of your company again?
Blackout Custom Cerakote.
How would I find Blackout Custom Cerakote?
You could go on our Instagram page. It's just under my personal name.
No, you got Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
You got Facebook?
We do, yeah.
What is it?
The Facebook page is Tucker's Custom Gun Garage. It's the sub-company through Blackout Custom Cerakote.
I love that name.
And then we also have just Tucker Doyon on Instagram, Doyon.
What's the craziest pattern you've done in Cerakote?
Pattern-wise, we've done everything from black multicam. We do a lot of Cryptek camo. It's a big popular
Registered.
But one of the biggest things we'd like doing is just something that.
Now, when you do multicam, you do do you have to get their approval to do, or is it your own kind of like multicam?
A lot of
similar.
I kind of do my own
Multicam's one of my
version
sponsors, so.
Oh, are they?
Are they really?
Yeah.
Lawyers are listening.
We kind of do our own version of it, but we try to get it close as to spec as we can.
Okay.
Hey, check this out. Will you tell the guys at Multicam something?
Yeah,
for me?
absolutely.
Okay.
Ernesto.
What we have adopted, because we sell lowers, and we found people making copycats of our guns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which
I've heard of that.
And we got all upset for a while, and then I said, I watched a documentary on the Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead knew they could not stop people from pirating their music or recording it live at a show. They knew they couldn't stop it, so they just encouraged it. They said, as long as you're coming, you pay a ticket for your admission, blah, blah, blah. Do what you want.
Right.
So Multicam sells camouflage material. They're not Cerakoting guns.
Nope.
So what you're doing is expanding and improving on their brand, and dude, it says so much about their product that people want it on their gun.
Oh, yeah.
So until they get into that realm, which would be a huge animal that they probably don't want to deal with, just, man, say rock on, and maybe put the patterns up on the internet for them to copy exactly and say rock on, guys.
Yeah, that'd be kind of awesome.
There you go.
That's
the
how you
only
build
way that I could
partnerships.
think that they could trademark the Cerakoting thing is send a pattern that you have
it'd be
to
really cool. Is if on their
an
website,
overlay or something, but otherwise, I mean, that's like freehand, right?
And the second you do, because we just got into patent all that, the second you do that, you have to be all in. So they would just spend all their time suing people.
It's a bitch to like.
It's horrible
to do all that.
I don't think they go after people like you, but like
they go after if you have money, they go after
those sons
Chinese people that bring their clothes
Yeah.
and stuff to set up at the
Yep.
the knockoffs. Those are the people
Sure.
they take down.
If you're making nylon knockoffs or cami pattern knockoffs of their stuff, that's crime.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
But when you're inspired, you know what I mean?
Oh
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, with everything we do too, you know, with On the Guns, I mean, we put a lot of passion into it. It's it's me, you know, painting every single one of them, and it's a family-run business. I have a 16-year-old son. He helps me break all the guns down, put them back together. We also have Joe that helps he's with Gun Dog Armory.
Gun Dog
Armory.
Okay.
He's that 7-foot dude who smokes.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Adam from Palmetto State.
No. He's the big dude that looks like a giant teddy bear. That's what I call him.
I've not seen him yet. I'll have to.
Dude, you know what's funny? So, Jacqueline Carrizosa is one of Spikes Tactical sponsored shooters. And as you guys know, she's famous for motocross, pro motocross.
I used to race motocross.
Then you should know Jackie. She's beautiful. She's a model. She's a shooter. Anyway, so she's kind of famous. And your boy walks right up to her, and she was hit by a truck.
Okay.
Are you
2 months.
serious?
Yeah, she was nearly killed. Broke 7 vertebrae. She's
Holy
here, and
crap.
she's in a big chest brace thing on her spine. He walks up and goes, "What is that? Some kind of like new tactical thing?" Yeah. And I go, "Dude, she just got hit by a truck." He goes, "I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry." That was hilarious. I guess you had to be there, but it was really funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
He had that size 14 shoe down his throat.
Up his ass.
It was funny, and he's a really nice guy too.
is.
So I was like, man, that couldn't have happened to a funnier guy.
Leave it to Mookie. Make him feel like
Yeah,
Bring
right.
down a 7-foot tall guy down to 3
Well,
feet tall.
I did.
I felt taller.
Good job,
than
man.
her,
Well,
you know?
dude,
Good job.
He said it, and she's looking at him like, "Are
What
you
the fuck?
serious?
Yeah.
Are you fucking with me?" And I was like, "Ooh,
Oh.
she got hit by a truck."
But you could Cerakote her thing for her.
Yeah, we could Cerakote anything. I mean, as long as it could withstand the heat of the oven, man.
It can. I think it's plastic and stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't you do something? Would you Cerakote one of my rifles
I would love to.
and not charge me because I'm broke?
I'd be honored.
I'm teasing.
He's a broke bro.
I'd be honored.
I'm teasing. There is I ain't gonna say the name. I mean,
You can say anybody you want to. I'll edit it
no,
out.
no.
You want me to edit
Then
it out?
that's not the. No, that's that. No, I don't want you to edit anything I say from now on.
Okay.
Because
You guys heard it. You heard it first here.
when I put when people very kindly offer editorial control to me, I second guess myself afterward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I'm in the moment and I mean what I'm saying, that's when I'm effective. And I'd rather just do that and get fired than be like, hey, cut everything interesting I said out.
Right? Speak the truth, bro.
No, I'd like to send you a gun because you're local. You're actually here in the Orlando area.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. So Blackout Custom Firearms. I've been looking at your social media, and it, Tucker Doyon, Doyon. You've got some great paint. I like the Crusader rifle that you did. That's a Spikes Tactical.
Dude, you did a Crusader.
It's white
we
with
got
blood
it.
on it.
We actually have it here.
Sweet. You have it here?
We have it here.
Could you break it out? Let's do some social media as soon as we're done
yeah,
here.
we got to do some pictures of that.
Yeah, man. I'd like to introduce you to Gabriel from Breakthrough. Man, they have got great lib, and you need to be using that on your guns.
Yeah, for sure.
Hells yeah.
So I'm
That's
gonna,
what relationships are made here.
Yeah,
that's what
absolutely.
Big Three's
Dude,
about, man.
well,
It's bringing people together.
one of my bosses is like, hey, we need to keep track of how many videos or whatever people are posting, make sure it's worth the money. I say all the problems we don't have to deal with are because I handled them at Big Three, and by the time we get to SHOT Show, it's high fives.
You
and
can't.
hugs.
Yeah.
You cannot measure.
Yeah.
The benefit that you get from Big Three. It's immeasurable. So it's like just bring him down here one time. It's like bring one of his badass vehicles. And
He comes here. Well, it wasn't him that was expressing the concern.
I got you.
Yeah, my Spike is very private and very creative. He does all the creative stuff he does.
Okay.
And then my other boss is my wife, very analytical and reasonable. And my other boss is what keeps the lights on.
Did you hear that?
I did.
I hear
Yeah,
it.
I gotta unplug that. It's like there we go. Kill that.
I'm getting really, really hot. Like,
There's
you guys
water over there.
It is.
If you need some water,
Here, I'll grab one.
No.
I'll have them turn the air on. They're supposed to turn the air on.
Don't worry about it.
I'm hot. I'm gonna grab some. You
Okay.
guys want water?
Yeah,
I'm good.
it's
I
like
just
Africa.
downed one, man.
Dude, it's almost hot.
I mean, it's hurricane hot.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to get hit by a hurricane, guys. I mean,
we are.
there's no doubt about it. It's coming. We're gonna get hit. Matthew's gonna just hit us right in the nuts.
Hurricane Matthew is coming to town.
And there's another one like coming
Right behind or something.
right across or something like that. So he's coming up, and this other one's coming across. I think it's
I don't. Is it Kelly? Hurricane Kelly or something like that?
I don't know. I don't keep up with it till it's close.
When they call one Hurricane Amy, we'll be in trouble.
Oh yeah,
That's my ex-wife's name.
Your
That'll-
ex-wife?
That'll take us all out.
Yeah, we're all then.
Kidding, Amy. She's not. She's actually a nice person.
If they call it Hurricane Candy, we'll be in trouble because that's my current wife. So
You married a girl named Candy?
I did, man. I did.
You like to live dangerously.
Dude, her middle name's Star.
Candy.
Even
Oh my
that's double
gosh.
dangerous.
Holy
That's
shit.
double dangerous.
So were you at a stripper bar or something? Is that...
No, man. Dude, I met her at church, actually, bro.
She's probably
you
like
serious?
some big
That's awesome.
genius IT tech or something like
no,
that, right?
man, she's a blonde, ditzy, typical girl, loves to shop, but man, she's
Okay, now we need to edit it.
She loves guns. She loves God, and
That's
luckily
awesome.
she loves me, and she's a good
She
wife.
supports you, makes you
That's
successful, right?
She's very, very supportive.
Because
That's one
behind every
thing.
successful man is a
su-
woman, is a
yeah,
smart
supportive
woman.
wife. Yeah.
Yep.
I would not be able to do everything I do because this isn't the only business I do. I own medical facilities, and so I mean I'm busy 24/7.
Look at you go, man.
I
Now
try.
did you say where you're out of?
We're out of Orlando, Florida. We're right in Metro West.
Sorry, I guess it's
Our
happening.
phones are going
Yeah,
off. We
it's
got
a-
hurricane alerts
yeah.
Why
right
isn't
now.
mine going off?
Is it on? Is your
Yeah,
battery dead?
Because AT&T doesn't love you. Oh my gosh, is that her?
Yeah.
Mookie just saw a picture of his wife on his phone as the hurricane alert goes off.
Oh my god.
That'll make you forget about a hurricane, won't it?
Yeah.
You are a lucky man.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Holy smokes. I don't care if her name was Bob. She's a very pretty woman.
She's
Congratulations.
beautiful.
Thanks, brother.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely. So, guys, let's go out and see what the other guys are doing out there. I know they're trying to cram everything in. We're trying to cram everything in like the next 2 days instead of the 3 days.
Yeah.
In 2 days is going to be a stretch.
So it's going to be balls to yeah. So this
2
may
days
be
is-
our only day.
Yeah.
So we need to get everybody in we can. But
yeah.
appreciate you being on. Mookie.
Hey, man,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
so
having
much.
us.
It's
Good
great
again.
to see you. Murfreesboro, stay legit.
Mother Trucker Tucker.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being on, man.
Thank you for
and,
having
me. We need to get you on again and talk more about your company in detail.
Love to.
So we're going to get Tucker back on in another episode.
Yeah.
And Mookie's always welcome.
I'll be here as well
Appreciate
tomorrow.
it.
So
Appreciate it very much.
All right, guys.
cool.
Let's
Thank you
go
for having
shoot.
us.
Oh my gosh, it's hot. Hey, lane 7 on the right.
Cobalt Kinetics has waged a reckoning on the AR-15 platform. They are the leader in premium rifles. When you purchase products from Cobalt Kinetics, you own innovation, quality, and unmatched aesthetics. Learn more at cobaltkinetics.com.
All right, so we are back at the Big 3 East Hurricane Edition. Is it Matthew? Is that what it is? Hurricane Matthew?
It is.
Mookie has brought some friends in, and this is awesome because we have never had a surfer, a professional surfer on the show before. This is awesome. This is the first, man. Do you surf also?
For fun.
For fun? Okay. All right.
It's funny that you have to caveat that when you're with a professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
They get paid.
I kind of surf on weekends. He's real.
I like sit on my knees.
Yeah, but we have fun also. That's, it's fun.
That's the cool thing about it, right?
Surfing, it's fun. Yeah.
Well, that's what I hear. I've never surfed before, just because I don't think I have the dexterity to do it. I mean, I would just be, sipping up salt water the whole time. But it looks fun. Looks fun as hell.
On a big fat board, anyone can get up.
Oh yeah.
And enjoy the stoke. It is.
Yeah.
If you've got the right person with you and you
Yeah.
have the humility and maturity to
Right.
fall down a few times, you will get up. and
Oh,
you will
I
experience
definitely
stoke.
am not afraid to fail.
There we go.
But introduce your buddies here, Mookie.
Okay, well, I just want to remind everyone, my name's Ben Mookie Thomas. I say Mookie like a black guy, and when someone goes, oh, I go, gotcha. So I'm with Spikes Tactical, as you guys know, Mookie Militia, Pipe Hitters Union.
Yeah.
And recently, for the first time ever,
Camden Mafia.
Camden Mafia for life. We decided to start sponsoring people. And I went to my bosses and I said, look, Remington's going to buy all the fast shooters. Glock's going to buy. We can't compete with them. But what we can do is partner with people. And I say that because when you hire someone at Spikes, they're joining your family. And we wanted our sponsorships to reflect that and be consistent with that. So we started picking people whose character was revealed in trying times, and we liked him. So we have Kit Cope, the UFC fighter. He'll be here later this afternoon.
Yeah.
And Rick Takahashi of the U.S. Surf Team, and Jacqueline Carrizosa, who's just famous for being beautiful an extremely talented motocross rider, a U.S. Navy search and rescue veteran of
Awesome.
OEF. Yeah, she is absolutely legit.
Awesome.
I have been called to task quite fairly for using the word gun bunny to describe
Gun
people.
bunny.
And what I always say is, like, Jacqueline is the opposite. She was not hired for her looks. They just happened to benefit us.
But she could be a gun bunny if she wanted to be.
She's a proper model, proper beautiful girl,
There you
and as
go.
charming as the day is
And you
long.
do motocross.
Yes.
Awesome.
I always like to say the looks are just an added bonus.
That's what I say
There's
about
a
my
little so
wife,
much-
actually.
You don't
Yeah.
charge extra for that, right? You know,
No.
boom, you sponsor me and you get this too. Hey,
Yeah.
awesome. And I'm sorry, and it's
Rick.
Rick.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna know either of your last names, but say your last names again.
Go ahead. Go.
Takahashi.
Nick,
Rick Takahashi.
Rick Takahashi,
Yeah.
Rick Takahashi,
And then Carrizosa. Carrizosa.
Carrizosa.
Could you say it in Mexican again?
Carrizosa.
Carrizosa.
Yeah,
Sounds way better.
that's awesome.
Sounds way better.
And when I said Mexican, that was not a Donald Trump-like insult. She's actually Mexican, and it was appropriate, right?
Yeah.
God, please don't
Yes.
tell me you're Puerto Rican. I feel like shit.
No. Mexican.
How long have you been doing motocross?
Honestly, only like.
Because you're not very old.
No, I'm only 26.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like 18, but okay, so you're 26. You're
Yeah.
a little older than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Okay.
Can I tell a funny story? I hate to
Absolutely.
interrupt. So, for those of you who are
Mookie
listening,
stories are always welcome.
so check this out. She was hit by a truck while training for a ultra marathon super Ironman type race just a couple months ago. And I told you that so I could tell you this. She's actually, you can't see this, but she's wearing this like breastplate chest support thingy. You know, like something where you see them in
looks
the
like a an
rector
actual-
set.
Yeah, yeah.
when kind of like a transformer.
Transformer.
And when you it's a person when you see them at the airport, you're like, oh man, what happened to them? So we're at the gun range, and this dude comes up and he goes, what is that? Some kind of like tactical thing? And I go, dude, she got hit by a truck. And he was about 7 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
And you saw all 14 inches of his foot go down his throat. It was fun. And he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's from Bad Dog Guns out of Orlando. Good dude.
Yeah.
But
I
man,
mean,
he
seriously,
stepped
it
right
does.
in.
It does look
Yeah.
like some sort of new
Yeah.
chest rig or something like
and
that.
and
you know?
we are at the Big Three East
Right.
media event,
So
and this is a place where you would see
you got to
crazy
give him
shit.
the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah,
you know, on that.
This is where crazy shit comes out.
But I guarantee you, somebody will come up with a tactical and firearms use for that. You know, before
Yeah.
this event's over. With.
Oh, you could definitely tuck like a small concealable pistol where I usually hide my phone.
Yeah.
Like right in between.
There you go.
And that would be good.
I'm seeing like Velcro on this and Molly, you know, and we're hooking stuff on here.
And-
You got a
and-
knife right here.
You would just have to counterweight it
right.
because of the back injury.
Well, you put your
where you put
camelback
it
back
forward.
here.
Yeah.
Your
there you
water.
A couple people just revealed that they are nerds. Rick, you're not
I
talking.
am.
What's it like being a pro surfer on the tour?
We're getting to him now. You corrected me off air. It's not. You don't like to refer to yourself as a professional surfer. It's
Well, you know, that's what people do for their living. You know, I have a 9 to 5 also.
Right.
But, I do video production on the side, but, you know, I still compete on the national level, and I'm on the USA Surf Team, which is 1 of 8. So, you know, anyone could circle pro and just do the tour and get last. It's not a big deal.
so
But
there's actually the U.S.
we
has a surf team.
we have 3 teams.
Okay.
We have an under 18, we have a 18 35, and a 35 to older, and I'm on that team.
Right.
And there's 8 of us in the United States.
That's awesome.
Super elite.
Now, you're gonna have to forgive me because I know nothing about the surfing sport. I mean, I've seen people do it, and I've been to the beach all my life, and it's like, man, I wish I could do that. I've never done it. Tell us, how did you get involved with surfing? Obviously, I mean, you probably
You know, it started off
since
pretty,
you were like this high,
yeah,
been doing
pretty young, but you know, we lived where it was kind of hot in San Diego, so
Mhm.
we skated, and when it got hot, we just headed towards the beach like everybody else.
it. Yeah.
So
No, Rick, you have like slanting eyes. Are you Asian?
yeah, yeah, I do have slant eyes. I do have.
Tell
so,
us a little bit about your background, because I said that in a very glib way to get a laugh. And the truth is, your father's a war hero, is he not?
He was in World War II. So my dad was he's Japanese American. He was
Mhm.
born and raised in Hawaii.
Okay.
And he actually watched the bombing of Pearl Harbor. He was telling me a story in the sugarcane fields and
Oh my gosh.
watching the planes come
He
over.
was
and-
there.
Yeah, he was there.
Wow.
And then after that, you know, he fought for America in the Army. And on a leave, he met my mom in Mexico because one of his friends was dating a Mexican girl, went to Mexico in Guadalajara, and then he met her, and then they were like, you know, pen pals through the war and stuff. And then after the war, they got married. So.
That's
How
awesome.
old was he when?
I think he was like 16.
He was 16.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was of age.
Yeah, that didn't matter back then.
So
Yeah.
let me make sure I have this right. Your grandfather, Japanese American, people are being sent to internment camps because of the color of their skin.
That's what I was going to get to. Yeah.
And your father's response was to go slash some krauts.
Good for him.
Awesome story the way he met your mother. And I said the slanty eye things just because I like to get attention.
Yeah.
But I knew your
No harm in it.
Beans and rice.
beans and rice. Beans and sushi rice in your case.
White rice. salt
White
and
rice.
pepper rice.
No.
White sticky
Wait,
rice.
no, that's Vietnamese. My sister's half Japanese. My sister is probably Lawrence. My buddy Lawrence is nodding his head in the background. She's probably the most beautiful woman I've ever seen,
Thanks, man.
aside from my wife. But she looks like Pocahontas with blue eyes. So, so you're Mexican
And Japanese. So I tell
you're like a
people,
buffet of hate crimes.
Yeah. So I tell people I can calculate how high the fence is and then jump over it.
Oh my God.
That's perfect.
Is that racist? I
Can
don't
you
know.
swim too?
Mookie
Yeah,
just
I can't.
spit his drink out.
I'm sorry.
That's great.
Oh my God, that went up my nose. Oh,
That's
man.
a T-shirt,
Oh,
That was good.
Mookie. That's a
Sorry.
patch, man.
oh man.
Mookie literally just spit out his water after that.
Went out my nose. And it's club soda, so it's stained.
A little stingy.
I want to note that the owner of Pipe Hitters Union is cleaning it up for me. That's a hero level moment.
I
know
want you to know that he delivered me a cheeseburger also.
That's
Thank you, brother.
Good people. So yeah, we decided, like I said, we couldn't, with our limited financial resources, we can't compete with Glock or Daniel Defense or any of the big companies when it comes to grabbing celebrities. So what we did is we found people who were of like mind, like lifestyle, like values, and like character, and we sponsored them. So, you know, Kit Cope will be here.
Character. It's all about character, man.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what you do, what walk of life you are, it's the character, man, and that's where people connect.
Yeah, my friends sponsor like the fastest shooter in the world or whatever, what have you, and they call me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you won't hear what he did," or I have to actually warn these people to not do X, Y, and Z. And I told my boss, I go, "We're going to sponsor people where we just say, be yourself,
Right.
and we can go
You
to
gotta
bed at
worry
night
about
knowing
it.
they're not going to wake up to a bonfire."
Right.
I have
Yep.
cat hair in my mouth.
I don't know how.
Man,
Did you bring your cat with you?
I don't know cats. I'm trying to sell my dog. I have a little Chihuahua. I bought him when I was single. He's beautiful. He's the coolest looking Chihuahua. But I used him as bait. I go to these nice
Bait?
restaurants, in L.A. where I lived, and he'd go out on a little leash. It's like 20
Oh,
years ago.
right. Yeah.
And I'd reel him in, and there'd be babes behind him. Oh my gosh, he was just everywhere. And then we gave him a little bit of cheese.
You
Is
know
that
what
okay?
works better than that? A Great Dane. Oh my God, we went to an event. Me and my girlfriend went to an event 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you would think that he was the star of that event. We had at least 3,000 people come up to him and want to touch him and get their pictures
Yeah.
made with him, and he's the most famous dog.
He is. I actually see him on your social media. He's
Oh,
like my son.
He's a good boy.
When I'm out in public with my son and I run into someone,
Right.
this just happened. Student of the gun, Jared Merkel,
Yeah.
studentofthegun.com, came up to me.
Little
shook my-
fedora.
little fedora. He shook my hand, but got a picture with my son.
Not you.
He's like, step
Oh,
aside,
shit, dude.
Moogie.
And they put it on social media.
That's
My
awesome.
wife doesn't. She's like, "Isn't that creepy?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Uh,
You know, you guys see my son. I'm trying to get him
Yeah,
to
yeah.
come out.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
He's a good boy.
I don't think that's creepy.
Mm.
I think it's showing appreciation to the next generation, and then obviously makes them more stoked about the community.
Kristen Thomas, listen.
So tell everybody how they can follow you guys. So Motocross, tell us about where they can get in touch with you, follow you, social medias.
Well, social media, I'm also known as @BroJaq. Basically, I get
Spell
called
that.
a lot. BroJaq.
Okay, BroJaq.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, and then on
Kind of like
Facebook,
J-Lo, but you're BroJaq.
right?
Yeah.
It actually came out
Or
from like a,
Brangelina.
yeah,
You're just merging stuff.
yeah. It came from a joke from like my old truck. It was like a pre-runner looking thing,
Mhm.
and so they were like, "Oh, it's it's a bro truck," and then it merged from there.
There you
basically.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. And you got a YouTube channel?
YouTube channel, it's Miss J Carrizosa, and then that's going to be expanding here, especially once this injury, kind of subdues itself a little bit. But, and then obviously Facebook and Twitter and everything.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. And Rick?
Yeah, I have it's Rick TAK9. That's the Instagram, and I usually link to my Twitter, which I think it's the same thing, and then it's just my name on Facebook, Rick Takahashi. Also through my church, I'm a big Christian, so
Awesome.
I run a surf ministry in San Diego.
Crusader, baby.
Yeah, that's kind of how
That's how we met, man.
Was it?
Yeah, dude. Man, when
Tell
you
a story.
when you take your personal beliefs and you put them on a flag, you get the right kind of people come knock on your door.
Yeah. Character.
Super excited. So the Rock Church in San Diego, I think it's SDRock.
SD Rock. I love that.
SDRock.com.
Is it one of those big churches with like
It
all
is.
the crazy lights?
14,000
It's
people.
awesome. I've been to it when I was stationed in San Dog. I used
They
to
got the big screen TVs and all that, and they
Yeah.
broadcast it.
The pastor's a ex-Charger player.
Awesome.
So Miles McPherson,
Miles McPherson? Yeah, I've heard of Miles.
he's awesome.
Do you know what's really funny? So we're here at the Big 3 East Media event, and it's all gun community, and I had Rick Takahashi, famous surfer, handing out pamphlets, and no one knew who he was. It'd be, you know what I mean? It'd be like us going to a circuit. And by the way,
Yeah, it'd be like us going to a surfing event. Yeah.
Spikes Tactical is flying out to San Diego for your March event, your
Awesome.
competition in San Diego. So myself and Kristen Thomas, my wife,
Awesome.
we're going to come out there. We're going to be Spikes flags. We're going to cheer you on, dude.
Sweet.
All right,
Very
so let's
excited.
talk
I didn't
about
even know
that real quick. Tell upcoming events that you guys are going to be in competitions.
I just had a contest last weekend and weekend before that, 2 weeks in a row, and I got about a month and a half off, and then
Didn't you win that?
I did win. I won
Caw-caw!
two divisions, and then second the weekend before that, which I was a little bummed because the waves were good. I just didn't get any good ones. But
Yeah.
and then December, I think I have some stuff in San Diego. I got a Oceanside event, I think.
So that's the thing.
We're
Great thing
going
about
to make a
surfing,
cheat sheet for him next
you
time.
can do it like year round, right?
Usually
Surfing.
all the contests are in the winter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the
Okay.
World Tour, they just go where the winter is, so they just get.
Do you post that on your social media with the events that
Yeah,
you're going to be
upcoming
at, so
events
people
and
can
everything.
go check you out?
What is it again? Rick Tac.
9
How do you spell that?
TAK9?
So RICK
yeah,
TAK9. Okay,
TAK9.
I think I follow you.
Yeah, you do.
And BroJaq BroJaq.
Mm-hmm.
BroJaq, I love
Everyone,
that.
I know when I meet someone and we're talking about you, I can tell how well they know you by if they keep calling you BroJaq.
Yeah, actually, all my friends, that's what they like prefer to call me. It's way shorter than my whole name. Yeah.
Do you prefer Jacqueline, Jackie?
I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
For those, I like Jackie better. Kind of what I grew up on, but the formal
Call you
thing
Jack.
is like Jacqueline.
What's up, Jack?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we have to write Jacqueline because my wife and I, we're both try to be polite, and I'm not saying we argued, but we argued over what is the shortened form of Jackie
Right.
as you spell it. Is it JAQUI or is it?
JACQUE.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
It's
Chinese
basically
math.
like Jacqueline minus the
That's not
line.
short.
I thought I had
That's
this
not
one.
short at all.
Not
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
Just JAC. Boom.
Yeah.
Be
there you
done
go.
with it.
Exactly.
Or JAQ. You could do that. You could
Yeah.
throw that Q in there, be different.
That's why, like, coming up with the names and stuff for like social media and all that, I was just like, screw it, I'll go with the name Travis gave me.
So what about your injuries here? How soon are you going to be back in action? And do we need to go visit the guy in the truck?
So it was actually a girl,
Oh,
which
are
I
you
hate
serious?
to say because the whole women drivers thing, but
Was
Was
she
she
Asian?
texting?
she wasn't Asian.
Rick, do you know her?
Probably. If she's Asian, I know her for sure.
Yeah. It's like telepathic communication, huh?
My cousin.
You're good.
But I fractured 8 vertebrae in my spine, 1 compressed, and then I lost a kidney and had a huge like blood bacterial infection and everything.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then kind of woke up in my swamp for like 3 weeks, but
wow.
that got better, so that's good. So
the
they
positive
say,
side, the upside. There you go.
yeah, I start physical
Girls keeping
therapy.
it positive. You got to admire that, man.
That's why she's with us.
There's no
Piper's Union,
negativity.
Spikes Tactical.
That's
I can't.
awesome.
I'm like not that person. I can't dwell on it. Like already in my head, I'm like, want to do things. I
Right.
can't. Yeah.
You're already planning ahead. You know, I'm
Mhm.
doing this, and this. You know, this isn't going to stop me. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Good for
Mhm.
you, girl. So what are you eyeing right now? What's your goal that I got to make this event coming up?
Well, I know for sure October 11th, I'm going to hitting a red carpet event. It's
Mhm.
for this veteran show actually called Oscar Mike. And what they do is they actually highlight veterans who are positive influences in the community,
Mhm.
not just in the shooting community, but in all aspects of life.
Right.
And it's really neat to that they're doing this show. They just started it, so it's like the first season,
Mhm.
but it's sponsored by Verizon.
Oh,
So it's
sweet.
actually like a big deal. It's going to have a big old red carpet in LA, and everyone's going to be out there. So it's going to be pretty neat.
Awesome. And when is that?
October 11th.
October
The
11th.
series will start November, and there'll be links and stuff that I can actually like pass out, and people can like subscribe to it. And
Mhm.
I'm a whole episode. I'm like season or episode 8 or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys make sure you check out BroJaq. Yeah. And do you have a nickname, Rick? What's your nickname? You got to have a. You're a surfer, dude.
Yeah,
you gotta have
What is it?
Well, they just call me Talk
talk,
because they couldn't pronounce my last name, so they just stopped
Exactly.
at the first 3.
which I
So
can't
Talk.
do either.
Rick,
So
Rick Talk.
Rick Talk.
That's funny.
My friend was a gun guy. He goes, Tech 9.
Oh my gosh.
Oh hell! Hey, real quick, I want to say thank you to Big 3 East Media Group. They put this thing together, and it is awesome. And for those of you listening out there, you wouldn't get exposure to the different companies, to the new products, to the reviews without them. I'd like to thank CJ and Schwell and Q. Give those guys a follow out
Guys
there.
are awesome. Q's got his own little thing going
He
nowadays.
does. He does, man.
We're gonna have him on. He's gonna talk about that. Yeah.
Oh man, he's good people, man.
He is.
He's
Q's the
legit.
man.
There's a lot of people talking the talk and very few who've walked the walk. Hate to be cliche, but it's apropos.
Say that again.
Apropos.
Like it. Leave it to Mookie to always drop a like $25 word on the show, you know, and then everybody's like Googling it and looking at, oh, that's what he meant.
You know what, man? There's a great piece of theater from a film called The Last Emperor.
Mhm.
It's about the last Japanese or Chinese
Chinese
emperor.
emperor, yeah.
And
Slant Eyes. Another
Sl-
Slant.
yeah,
my
Slant-
cousin. My
he-
cousin.
well,
I just
Slane
turned
Eye,
on
but
Facebook
Ching,
Live.
not Chow.
That's awesome. She's Facebook Live.
Facebook
everybody.
Live?
Are you real? How do you get a connection like that?
We got a Wi-Fi.
Oh, it's like connected somehow. I don't know.
I've got a
to be
Wi-Fi.
honest.
Science.
Yeah.
They hooked me up with Wi-Fi. It's magic. It's somewhere
I'm
here.
like, I'm bad at holding the camera.
Dude, we gotta let you
Like
eat your
half
burger.
one.
And
no,
it's
that's
getting
cool.
hot in
We
here.
got to do the next interview, but I want to have you guys back on. We didn't get an opportunity to get deep backgrounds with you guys, so I would love to have each of you on again and introduce. Well, we introduced you already, but our listeners want to learn more about you. I mean, definitely, and
Awesome.
what you guys are doing. And if Mookie's backing you, then we definitely, you guys
Jackie,
are legit. We
I
know
ha-
that.
I have to
like-
call bullshit. Look at your nails.
Yeah.
We're going to
dirty.
get no.
So you're
No.
going nail
They're
bang?
not dirty. She's very clean. But we need to get manicure and pedicure to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're in.
Yeah.
Rick, are you down?
I've never done that.
So Dana McClendon, the guy who did the Hot Crazy Matrix, which is now going to be a movie, I talked to him. He was down on vacation. We were hanging out, and I talked him into it. He's like, oh. So we're halfway through with it, and he looks at me and goes, all right, this is going to be something I do regular.
Man.
My
Petty.
pastor does it.
Okay,
He
dude.
told me.
Oh, of
it's
course
awesome.
he does, man. He's a pretty boy.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna go Pipe Hitters Union, Spikes Tactical.
Talking
Are you down?
lead.
Talking
I'm
lead.
down.
Manicures and pedicures
I'm down,
tonight.
dude.
We're gonna
I'll
come
do it.
back.
I got like
Legit.
hammer time on my feet though. I don't know that anybody
Dude,
will
you
touch
ain't-
my feet.
Dude, we can have an ugly toe contest. I will
think-
win.
I
was
don't know.
gonna say you might have some weak competition compared to Mookie.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
My
we'll
feet
pull them out and
frighten
look.
people.
We'll pull them out and look. We'll compare toes. We'll put it on social media. We'll take pictures of our toes and say, guess whose is whose.
Oh my gosh.
I got one jack.
Whose is the nat? And let them
You
vote.
got one jacked up toe? I got a fleet of them.
Let's let them vote who's got the most jacked up toe.
Okay.
It's
We'll
competition.
do it,
Well,
man.
I was
And they
going
win
Mount
a
Whitney.
talking lead T-shirt.
I climbed Mount Whitney
Yeah.
too. Well, walked it. But
Yeah.
window of the world.
And
One of the
coming
most
down,
beautiful things in the
Yeah,
world.
and then coming down, my toes started hurting, and from the nail just pounding the whole time.
My toes are ugly
Hammer toe?
because my feet were wet and I was on
You
a
got jungle rock on yours, I'm sure.
I was on a 5-day mission, for lack of a better word, and all my toenails came off, and they grew back crooked. black and yellow.
Wow.
Yeah, talons.
We're talking about toenails.
Hey
This is
Clay, how are
awesome.
you? Steve Nelson. Stay up, player.
The checking in.
What's up, playa?
Your social media is off the hook. How many
Talking
followers
lead.
do you have?
It's almost 100,000 on Facebook.
Wow.
Whoa, that's big time. Next level.
Almost.
Talking lead. Follow Talking
Yeah.
Lead.
What's funny is more people have seen me now since she pulled out her camera
Yeah.
on her phone than have ever seen me. That's the funny thing about BroJaq. And
Here
she's
we are.
as sweet as can be with all this.
Get our logo on there.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, it's not on there. I don't even have
Oh,
our...
it's not.
No, there it is
You
right
got,
there.
oh, right here.
There it is.
I was
Talking
gonna say you
Lead.
got everyone else here.
Yeah. A lot of these people aren't even sponsors anymore, but oh well. This is like a 12-year-old laptop, but anyway. So we're going to have you guys
Finding
on
stickers.
in another episode. We're going to get you on. And when you start getting back in action, we'll talk about your upcoming events and your motocross. Multicam has they sponsor a motocross team.
Really?
You know, Baja.
Oh yeah.
The
Big deal.
Iron Man. There's a dude. I can't remember his name right now. Jeez, what is
There's
his
a
name?
freaking guy who's a contractor. I call him the Viking because he has this huge, long
Got a
red
big
beard, and he actually like goes in Ironmans, all these events. He's done the Baja. He's done everything. He's a contractor. He's freaking gnarly.
You mean like he
Awesome.
builds houses?
No, like contractor, like you know what I mean,
Goes
like
overseas.
Pew pew pew.
He operates.
Pew overseas.
He operates.
Hey, I'd like to invite you, if the weather takes a shit, which it's going to,
Great.
you're welcome to crash with us at the Hampton Inn. Spikes Tactical
Thanks,
rented
bro.
every room that was available, and we can set up shop.
Well,
We got a great room. We can set up shop.
Hey, no offense to CJ or anybody like that, but if I get a chance to upgrade, hells yeah.
No, man, CJ's done a great job, but
I'm just
it's a
teasing.
flipping hurricane.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not kid
I
ourselves.
was told that our hotel would withstand a class 4.
If it's a hotel in Florida, that's true. My wife owns Tab Glass and Windows, and she
Yeah.
does all the glass for commercial constructions, hospital, hotels. The glass in our home, you see it, you can throw a brick at it. The brick will come back at,
Oh my
at you.
gosh.
No scratch. Yeah.
Not
That's
not
nice.
on the window, but there'll be scratches and more on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The brick may scratch you. It
Ricochet.
will not leave a mark on the window.
I want those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cost money.
Oh, one other thing I wanted
Not
to ask you
steaks.
about.
Yeah, man.
You were recently in a commercial, right?
I like to
I mean,
call
it's
it a
like
short
it's like a
film.
small movie kind of. It's not really.
Short film.
Yeah.
I like to say short film because it makes it
It was
sound cooler.
awesome. Tell us about that real quick.
Well, first of all, I learned how to ride a crotch rocket, and it turns
Oh.
out I'm one of the best in
Steven
the world.
says caca.
Caca, Steven! She's live streaming. Hey, Steven! But I'm kidding. I've never ridden a motorcycle successfully.
tell that guy to come in here. He probably got to go to the crapper.
Oh, man. Yeah, like he wants to crap during our live show.
Awesome.
Let
they
it
do
out,
have us set
boy.
up in the crapper room, so.
The actual sponsor of the film, I'm not allowed to mention their name.
Oh, you
because,
can't?
Well, they're good people.
Yeah.
They're a great company, but they're corporate owned, and the corporation, when they found out it was based on guns.
Oh my gosh, they got
Yeah.
butthurt over that, huh?
Yeah, but I will not mention names. They're
Sure.
great people,
Yep.
and we stand by them. But
Cool.
you can find the short film video on Recoil Web.
Mhm.
I don't. I'm sure you're friends with those people. They're good
Absolutely, yeah.
people.
Ian, yeah.
Ian, dude, he's fun.
He is. He's awesome.
That was
Um,
actually you on the motorcycle?
No, man, I'm kidding you. That's a famous dude.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that guy
I was
was
like,
sick.
No, he's
Man.
no.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah,
But that's you shooting and doing all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Knocking down the targets and everything?
well, I mean, the whole thing's theatrical.
Okay.
So
I got you.
I mean, when you see my face in
You
it,
see your
at the
dreamy
end.
eyes when you take
I
the
know.
helmet off.
I do
you
have
know?
good blue eyes. Too bad I'm covered in fat now. Can you help me, Jackie?
Yeah, you're freaking doing good since the last time I saw you.
Whoa,
There
what
you
does
go.
that mean?
Yeah.
That is, you were really
Toning
fat.
up.
Now you're just kind of fat.
Now you're toning up.
Well, he's
Read between
fixing
them.
it.
Aw.
Fixing
Or
it.
he's getting more in tune with the road lifestyle and realizing that eating out is not optimal all the time.
Like,
You ate lobster
Like this.
tempura last
No, we
night.
had really
Look what
good
we're
food
eating.
last
It was
night.
really
Yeah.
good.
look at our
Um,
lunch.
Yeah,
This
those
is our
calories
lunch.
last night were worth it, bro.
That was amazing.
Want
Yeah,
some
it was an
cheeseburgers?
amazing meal.
Chiborigi, Pepsi.
I don't have anything to say.
That's it. So make sure you guys check out his short film, Mookie's. Is this your first theatrical? You've been in some other stuff though too.
I was in the movie The Hurt Locker.
That's
7 Academy Awards, no big deal.
whoa! You were in the Hurt Locker?
Yeah.
How do I not know this?
Come on, are you serious?
Tell our fan.
Oh, yes. By the
Play
way,
up to
I was
it.
in. I don't know why I need to plug them. I don't get any paychecks anymore.
You don't get any residuals off that?
No, man. I was the technical advisor. What's funny is the internet is funny. So I was a technical advisor on the Hurt Locker.
Internet.
Oh my gosh. So
Interwebs.
they go nuts because the technical inaccuracies. Well, first of all, I'm not an EOD guy. No EOD guy was willing to come do it for the money I was offered.
Really?
So EOD guys, it's your fault. The other thing is the uniforms.
Quit bitching.
Yeah, we have them in ACU uniforms, and
Yeah.
it's not appropriate for the time. I had a budget of $200,000 to buy all the military shit for the movie,
Right.
and for an extra $200,000, I could have been period correct. So,
They didn't want to fork that over, huh?
well, these. If we had made a movie about
still a
soldiers
fucking awesome
burning
movie.
children, Hollywood would have given us $1 billion to do it. But it was a movie about Americans making sacrifices overseas, sacrificing time with their family, risking their lives to protect people, because that's what EOD guys do.
Yeah.
And the money we had was $10 million. You can't even do a trailer for a movie.
That's like
for 10
nothing.
Yeah,
for
it's
a
nothing.
movie.
So we had to go to war with the weapons we had, and I'd made the most of it we can. But still, man, I run into EOD guys, and that movie's filled with historical inaccuracies. I go, yeah, but your kid thinks you're a hero, so f off.
Exactly. Yeah.
Excuse my language, guys.
We presented you in a positive light. So.
I apologize for the f-bomb.
No, that's okay. Hey,
Sebastian.
this is fucking talking lead, baby. And I bleeped that out. So
Yeah,
yeah. I got to keep my PG rating on iTunes.
it's
but
important.
We still curse.
Do you know what I've found? Because I'm a cusser and a swear. I need to speak the language of the people that I'm trying to communicate with, which is, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can say not swear all day, but you're going to hang out with non-swearing people, and they already found Jesus. But I also don't want to alienate people unnecessarily by dropping F-bombs. Because my wife's a good person, and she's cool, and she don't want to hear F-bombs.
She don't like the F-bomb. So,
Yes.
it's kind of one of those mental things. You know the person you're around, and you just mentally filter yourself.
But stop.
Collaborate
Listen.
and listen.
Listen what happened to me at SHOT Show. So I'm doing like a little autograph thing with somebody, and he's got a little girl with him. He goes, my daughter watches all your videos. And I go, what? What do you mean?
Why?
Because all I did at the time was cuss and swear and drink whiskey. And he goes, oh, yeah, she loves it. So what I'm saying is, you lose control of your content the second you publish it.
Yep.
So from now on, I try as much as I can to create content that I'm willing to let my son and his friends watch. Now, that can't be true of all my friends. I got some friends so heavenly bound, they're of no earthly good.
Right.
God bless, love them.
Yep.
But, I get it. You don't like me, and you don't like what I do. And I'm okay with
It's
that.
okay.
But if you're an average person, I should not make your wife blush when I'm talking. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Rick's very good at it. I aspire to emulate Rick's communication, which at this time is utter silence.
He actually did really good at dinner because he had this bet that if he cussed at all between all of us, that he would start doing push-ups, and he didn't end up doing any push-ups.
Really?
Wait, could I call him out right now?
Call him out.
Why? Did I curse?
Hold on.
Oh.
He drank 2 beers and he had a 2 beer minimum or maximum, and then he had at least sip. He had an orangutan sip of wine, 8 ounces. No, I'm kidding.
That's why I was like,
I'm
it's 2.5 drinks right there.
Yeah, 2.5. I'm kidding. I'm not really calling you out, but really.
All right, guys, let's go shoot before
Okay.
this hurricane gets
Hey,
here.
thanks for having us. On
Thanks
behalf
for
of PipeHittersUnion.com, Mookie Militia, Spikes Tactical, Big 3 East Media Group,
Rock Church.
He's
Rock
shaking his
Church, San Diego, good people out
Bam.
there.
Oh, we got Malcolm Smith Racing. We have Spikes Tactical. We have Oakley. Oakley actually sponsors me goggles and stuff for racing. And Motor Medic Racing.
Motor Medic Racing.
Motor Medic Racing.
Cool. Hey, I also want to say a thank you to everyone who poured out financial and social media support to
Yes.
Jackie. We care about her very much. And without the financial support, she would not be able, and I don't mean to be sharing your business,
No,
but
that's fine.
yeah,
Goodness.
man, there are a lot of people who came out.
If I could be like,
Go ahead.
I guess like a little bit morbid or something like that. But when I did wake up and see everything, I cried. Like, I legitimately cried, and I called Mookie and stuff, and like couldn't even like hold it together. So it was like really emotional, and I really, really, really do appreciate it.
Awesome.
You got to attend your own funeral. You got to see what people were going to say about you when you were dead. You barely walked away. You didn't walk away. You barely survived. And Lawrence and I
that out.
we were on the phone at like 4 a.m. He's fired up on Oxycontin because he had his spine fused, and God knows what I was doing. And we were just like, how do we execute support? And we got to see who your friends were and what, you got to see what people thought of you. And you're a blessed woman. And last night we did a toast. We said a toast that Jackie's here and a toast that Jackie's here.
Awesome.
Hey, CJ just walked up, Big 3 East Media Group, our
Thanks,
friend.
bro.
Thank you so much for all the support.
Okay, I'll make sure she gets it.
Somebody said dibs on my brace when I'm done with it.
So CJ, don't
Chris-
leave. You're
Who?
up next.
Chris wants my brace when I'm done with it. It's
What's
neat.
he gonna
Do
with
it. Do you know what I do? With every few orders, I send a pair of my dirty. If I'm in line and I'm sending out a package, I pull off my dirty socks and I throw it in the bag. You should do that. People
Yeah.
trade that shit on eBay.
Oh, I should throw in like sports bras and then, huh?
Oh God!
get a little bit better.
Hashtag creepers. Yeah, that's a whole other
Yeah.
business that we're not involved
There
in.
you go. Yeah.
That's
That-
eBay?
Yeah, that's not consistent with our brand.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, can I plug my sponsors real quick?
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
why we're here.
Plug
Yeah.
them. Plug them.
Uh,
I love the hat, by the way,
Oh,
man. I
thanks.
got to get one. of
It
those.
is awesome.
yeah, I told I'll give it away once I
Little autograph
use it for
thing.
you.
Yeah.
or whatever.
We could do like a promotion on the show here. We'll do something. Yeah.
But Rusty Surfboards, out of San Diego, they're awesome. They've been a big support of mine for the last decade, probably. Best boards around, hands down.
And I would talk stuff,
Hey,
but I don't know nothing.
Guess
about
who's
surfing.
walking over here? You might not want to cut it.
Oh,
Kit
yeah?
Cope,
Oh,
UFC
Kit.
fighter. Hold on one second.
UFC. All right.
Let me go get
all
him.
right.
Keep
rolling.
going through
Yeah.
your sponsors, man.
You do your
Yeah.
sponsors.
But do quick, because
Yeah.
Kippo, once he gets a hold of a microphone, he's like
Okay.
Chuck D. Yeah.
Oh, he's so funny. You're
Yeah,
going
he's
to love
good.
it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
Muscle Aid Tape. They're out of Southern California also, and Skosh. It's like audio stuff.
Skosh.
Like
Wait, you
headphones.
said Muscle 8 tape?
Muscle Aid Tape.
Muscle 8. Is that anything like rock tape? I'm with
It is.
rock
It's
tape.
better,
Is this-
though.
Oh.
Here we
Battle.
go.
Come on, is it even
Battle
real?
of the tapes.
I see people with tape on like their
Oh,
elbow. What does it do?
It is literally.
Oh,
the
it
best.
helps a lot, actually.
And who's your sponsor?
I'm with rock tape.
And you are
With your
with
scope.
Muscle Aid Tape.
Muscle
Muscle
Aid
Aid.
Tape. You actually gave me that stuff?
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to make a social media post and I'll let you know if it's legit.
What did you give him?
She gave me nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
I have it with me,
Yeah,
actually.
for
Okay,
you.
you got to
You
take
can play
my
with
chin.
it.
Okay. Let me.
Who else you
Ha, ha,
got?
ha.
Who else you got?
Matisse wetsuits. The best wetsuits. They're made out of limestone, not rubber.
Okay.
They're lighter.
Limestone.
Yeah, lighter, more flexible. I don't know how to do the processing, but it's amazing.
Awesome.
That's it.
That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah.
What about Spikes?
Well, obviously Spikes Tactical.
There you go. There you
Kit's here.
Yeah.
Kit
go.
Coke.
Kit.
What it is.
Kit in the house.
Look at that beard.
Man,
Strong, isn't it?
that beard is strong.
It's genetics.
All you
Uh-oh.
girls are going to like
I did.
run for him now.
I did absolutely nothing to make this happen.
It just
I was
it
just
just
lazy.
happened. You
I
just
was
woke
lazy.
up and bam,
I was lazy enough to let it happen to my face. Is pretty much what happened.
because that's how you roll. Yeah. Yeah.
It's all genetics. I can't take. I can't.
All right,
take
so
credit
tell
for
our
it.
listeners, introduce yourself.
Well, that's my chin.
There's
Got
your
my
chin.
there.
Is that
oh,
better?
hey, there
Okay.
I am.
I'm like, I can't see.
I'm Kit. I'm Kit Cope.
Kit Cope.
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
First time meeting.
Uh,
Right here. On
I am. Just came in from Latvia. Actually, I just flew.
What were
in.
you doing there?
I've, that's
Latvia.
That's
Were you
kind of-
visiting Dr. Doom?
It's kind of
there?
on the low. There, no, actually,
That's
it's
Latvia.
totally not on the low. I was there for a race, rally car race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
so,
you were racing?
No, I was coaching.
Coaching. Okay.
A guy named Ken Block. He's a rally car driver.
Okay.
And then like flew in from Latvia, landed in Vegas, ran home, packed a new bag, ran back to the airport, and I'm here
You busy and just in time for the hurricane.
just in time for the hurricane. Which
We're going to
yeah,
fight it.
Knowing
Yeah, it
you,
looks-
you're probably going to lasso that thing and hop on top of it, put
I'll
it in a
tell you what,
chokehold.
it looks really formidable out there. Like you guys
That's
keep
what they're
saying, hey,
saying.
there's a hurricane coming. There's a hurricane. I'm like, you guys are little bitches. It's gorgeous outside.
It
That's
is.
like
does
the
this-
calm before the
does-
storm, right?
Does it come on like all at one time or something? Because it looks beautiful out there, like it's a beach day.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, oh, fuck, batten down the hatches.
Well, speaking of beach, I hear the waves are like killer right now, man. Are you going to catch some of those?
I had some friends here, and they're like, "Hey, man, I got some boards for you if you want to."
It sounds like crack.
Hells yeah.
Hey.
We could probably fabricate one here, on the premises. They've got enough material.
I
laying
almost
around.
brought boards. I was like on the verge, but I didn't know how this was going to go, and
Right.
the weather. I was like, I haven't been in a hurricane.
Dude, you could be like Bodie in Point Break.
She said she wanted to go out like Bodie. I saw that post.
The
Yeah.
50-year storm.
I think I think it's very likely
Yeah.
that you
Well,
do go
we
out
had
that
this
way.
thing going on that maybe the back brace will float. That's like kids joking.
Well, we could put a float on it.
yeah, we could.
It's got room for accessories.
I would prefer if we were gonna hit this massive wave that I would go out that way because it'd be epic.
There you go. Hells yeah.
I think that you won't need that big of a wave to really go out on. Then.
Not right now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to take that much.
No.
So
But that's why we're here.
you were here earlier in the year
I was here earlier in the
without the facial hair.
year, in March.
Yeah.
Didn't I? I had a bigger one, didn't I? Or did I shave?
I can't remember.
No.
I don't think you had a beard.
Did it? No.
You might have had like 5 o'clock or
It
something.
comes and goes.
Yeah.
It comes and goes. This is like. This is when
Is
did
that
I
what
get
it was?
married? I got married. I just got married.
Congratulations,
thank
man.
you.
Best wishes.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been good so far.
It's
been a month.
A month?
Yeah.
You're rocking
yeah.
it.
So this is a little bit more than a month.
Okay.
So
She let you grow it out.
It comes and goes and comes and goes. Yeah. Well, she wanted me to keep a good amount of it for the wedding.
Now you're gonna have that
yeah.
for your next fight?
You know what?
Your next tussle?
I probably will, just because next fight is in January, and we're supposed to start shooting.
It's coming up.
Yeah, we're
That's
supposed to
coming
start
up.
shooting the sequel for Range 15 at some point early next year. And
Talk about
and they
Range
want me to have the
15.
beard.
Talk about that. Talk about your role in Range 15.
I had 0 role in Range 15. My role in Range 15 was I have a bunch of buddies that did some cool shit. That was pretty much my role in Range 15.
But were you not in it?
I was not in it.
Oh,
I
I
was
thought you
not
were
in
in it.
this one. No.
You weren't a zombie or anything like that?
No, I was behind the scenes a little bit here and there, for the
Did you
flyover at
choreograph
end
the
and
fight
stuff
scene?
like that. No, actually,
With
there were plenty of fighters, actually real fighters in the movie
yeah.
that took care of that part.
But you're gonna be in the
That
sequel.
scene, by the way.
Sequel. Yeah, the
The
MMA
naked
scene.
fighting.
That was hilarious.
I was like,
Come on, we've all done it. We've all done it.
That was your idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, no. That was actually I think that's been every fighter's idea, and every fighter's wanted to throw that into every movie. I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah.
Because it's already like when you grow up and you're a wrestler, you already get those jokes. Oh, you're like rolling around with other dudes
Yeah.
in your underwear.
You like swap and spit
and
with
stuff like
dudes.
yeah. So we've been dealing with that for years and years. So might as well just throw it in their faces.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great
Which is
movie.
pretty
If you
much
guys
what that
haven't
entire
seen it
movie
yet,
was.
it's Range 15, and it's out everywhere now.
Yeah. It's actually it's on iTunes. It was number 1 on iTunes for a good amount of time.
Really?
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
craziness.
Yeah. Is this
Craziness.
a low?
somebody asked, who are you fighting in January?
That is a really good question. Some Canadian guy.
Some Canadian dude.
No.
Some
Well,
Canadian guy.
It was a Canadian guy, and then that Canadian guy has already dropped out. So we're looking for another Canadian guy, I guess.
Oh.
I think you
Maybe
should.
Canada's
it won't
scared.
Maybe
They're
it won't be a
scared.
Canadian
Maybe you should
guy.
call up Little Fedor,
I'll
Jared
tell-
Markle.
I'll tell you what.
He'll take you on.
Canada has it, as crazy as it sounds.
Canada.
As crazy as it sounds, because we think of Canada as kind of like hippies, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, Canada has some gnarly fighters. Every dude that I've ever fought from Canada,
Did they also play hockey though?
It's very possible.
And
Yeah.
they're
Very
also
possible.
comedians.
Oh.
There's a lot of those too. Very talented.
Most of our
country
comedians in
America's
America
had.
are. How do you say it?
Canada.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Canadians.
Yeah.
There's a little joke about Canada, when I was in the Navy, because we actually pulled into the port and some of the women
There's
hid
a
in the
port.
bushes.
There's a port in Canada.
Yeah. So we pulled into there, and some of the women hid in the bushes and actually jumped one of the guys in our department and had sex with him in the bush.
In Canada?
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop
Just
it.
like
Yes.
random.
Yes.
This happens in Canada.
Now, is that
Yeah.
rape?
I don't think.
Because at some point he's good with it.
You can't
At some
rape
point,
nobody.
yeah, at some point he's good with it.
Yeah.
I think that's just surprise sex.
But that was.
Is that like a
was
welcoming
real
committee to
story.
Canada?
Yeah,
That's
it
a
was
real story.
Real story. Yeah.
That is an awesome story.
Yeah.
Man, that's never happened to me. It's like when you hear about like the super hot school teacher that like bangs the students and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
And
yeah. They
It's
make the
never
headline
had. It
news.
never happened to me. Like I was willing. I was definitely willing. For
It was
a lot
like
of
on
those
your
teachers.
forehead, yeah.
And yeah, I don't
Mrs.
know.
Smith,
Yeah,
I'll go in the back room with you.
right? I guess I never.
Stifler's mom.
I never put out the vibe hard enough or something.
He said hard enough.
Nah, it's so easy.
So what's your training regime? When do you start getting into the
Well,
the
I'm
mode,
still
the beast
in.
mode?
I'm still in trainer mode at the moment. So right now it's just staying in shape, just generally staying in shape, hitting the hitting the bag and pad work when I can, and then actual getting into fight shape will start in the middle of November,
right?
and that's is that our hurricane warning?
That's like the 10th one already. They're like, in case you don't know, there's a hurricane coming.
Hurricane
you
warning.
might want to get the hell out of
Yeah,
town.
in case you're sunbathing.
And we're all
in
just
this
sitting here
beautiful
like
weather.
nonchalant. It's like, yeah, who cares? We'll deal with it. When
Yeah,
it
I know.
gets here.
Like I brought like boots and rain gear and all that.
So you came prepared.
And I showed up and I was like, man, I feel a little overdressed for this party.
It's hot right now. It is hot and humid up in this mofo.
That's Florida, right? It's Florida.
I guess that's normal.
It's
yeah.
really Florida out there.
Yeah, it is. So it's
Yeah.
like typical.
So everyone who's from Florida is going, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. We live in a spot where it's like way hotter temperature wise,
Yes.
But there's no
but
humidity.
doesn't feel at all this shitty.
No, it's
Yeah.
super dry. You're sweat and you don't even know it because it's already gone.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
It's already trying to work for you.
Unlike
Yeah.
here where we're just like soaking right now.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
just
we
get like
stepped
slimy.
into the sauna.
You just get like slimy all day. It takes like it always takes me like a day just to be like, okay, it's just how it's gonna be.
Just roll with
It's
it.
just how
You
it's
just
gonna
gotta
be.
roll with it.
Just
I was
deal with
I was
it.
in Tennessee doing some force and force at Tactical
Yeah?
Response,
Okay.
and
Dude,
It's
I'm in
like
Tennessee.
awesome.
Yeah, you need to holler at me next time you're there.
It was like 100 and
Holla.
100, right?
Holler.
It's terrible.
Oh.
Like it was miserable.
Yeah.
And they were making fun of me because I live in San Diego. I'm like, have you been to San Diego? Really? It's 72,
It's
No
awesome.
humidity.
It's
yeah.
awesome.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, at all times.
not moving.
Yeah. Tennessee, I mean, the humidity's worse than this in Tennessee.
It was brutal.
It's
It was
crazy.
brutal. And I got shot up a lot. I
And the
made some poor
mosquitoes.
decisions.
Shut up.
Oh.
Poor decisions.
What happened?
The force and force training?
Yeah.
We do the sim rounds.
At Tactical Response?
Yeah, with James, yeah.
Sweet.
What's your assessment of the class?
Oh, it was amazing. You know, it was really
Is this your
humbling.
first course?
No, that was my third or fourth course.
Okay.
Yeah, I did fighting rifle a couple times, fighting pistol once,
Okay.
and force on force was
Fellow alum?
so humbling. Like you think you know
You
wanna,
think you know.
you want to skid the smoke wagon and get to work, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times just walk away, just turn around, walk out of the situation.
Get out of there.
People can't do that though.
Yeah,
Egos.
you want to be a hero, but you know you want to get home to your family and your friends and
Yeah.
your loved ones at the end of the day. So
My life is way cooler than my ego. I'm gonna go with life on that one.
Pick life every
on that
time.
decision.
Yeah.
I found that out the hard way.
That's cool, man. So you're Camden Mafia.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love it.
Good
Try to
deal.
help those guys. I do video production on the side,
Uh-huh.
so I try to help those guys out as much as possible.
Dude, I need
cool.
some help.
Very cool.
You can help me out. My YouTube channel could use some help. If the guys on, are you still live? on
No, I
Facebook?
actually just signed
You
off
just signed off?
because
Oh, okay.
people were.
Go to our YouTube channel. Let's get our numbers up on YouTube.
I can comment.
The podcast is doing like phenomenal. We're like 120 countries. you
Wow.
know, so
I
we're
don't
all
know-
over.
I don't know how to do all this stuff.
This is my jam right here.
This one is like
This
stuck.
is your jelly.
This is my jam and
The
jelly.
new.
I don't think I'm ready for this jelly.
The new.
Anybody? Anybody? Huh?
I
No?
don't think I'm ready for this
There's my
jelly.
girl.
So you need to plug your sponsors, Kit.
Well, they're here. I've got Pipe Hitters Union, right here.
There they
Just
are
joined
in the
forces.
house.
Joined-
He refuses to get on the mic though, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
No, he's incognito.
He's incognito.
The
I
masked
got
man.
Spikes Tactical. They're out there. I can't wait to shoot all the new fun stuff.
Absolutely. A little range time before the hurricane hits.
Yeah. Caged Muscle Nutrition.
Caged muscle
Caged
nutrition.
Muscle Nutrition. Chris Gethin's new company. It's pretty awesome.
Awesome.
It's actually a super. I mean, man, yeah.
Say it.
I could say,
Say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
It's
say it
a
on here.
super douchey name. Like I feel like people won't even
They
look
take it
at
serious
because
Yeah.
it's called and caged with a K.
Oh, he went with the K.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
Caged Muscle Nutrition.
Right.
Yeah.
That does make it extra douchey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like
No offense,
actually,
dude.
it's actually all natural ingredients.
He's based out of California,
Boise, Idaho.
Boise, Idaho. Wow, I wouldn't have guessed
Yeah.
that.
So it's actually, so I've been in that world, the nutrition and training
Obviously,
world
yeah.
for a little while. Got a degree in exercise physiology with an emphasis in human sports performance. Yeah. So I know a little bit about that stuff.
Yeah.
And
This is good stuff then.
So there's not a lot of.
So I take it they've got like vitamins and supplements.
They
and
they only have
protein.
Okay, so just like any other company that's not putting out
Mhm.
they only have a few supplements out on the market.
So they kind of got a niche.
Just the stuff that actually works.
Gotcha.
And the stuff that they don't have to put a bunch of poisons in.
Right.
So
how do they get in touch with them?
The Caged Muscle
Just Google Caged Muscle with a K.
with a K.
Awesome.
Caged Muscle, good stuff, really good stuff.
Good deal. You got a beard sponsor? Anybody sponsoring that?
You know what? I don't.
The man
I
beard?
I don't. I pay for my Dollar Beard Club.
All right, so Fat Bottom Beard Company. You need to check them out.
Fat Bottom.
Fat
Is that
Bottom.
fat with a PH?
That's no, they didn't go
okay.
that route. It's FATBOTTOM Beard Company. They're on all the social media, so they got all the conditioner and stuff. You need it.
One second.
You're rocking an awesome beard. Oh, Kit's stepping away. Okay,
Is any of
Had
this
spit.
you?
no problem, no problem. Who else? Anybody else? You wanna? Oh, he's got to get a drink.
Got spitter.
Oh,
I was
there you
gonna
go.
say, I'm surprised you didn't have a bottle.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
You got you a big old dip
Whatever.
in?
Hey, there's nothing on this bottle that I don't already have.
I don't know where it came from.
BPA?
Could
Yeah,
be.
I got it. I got BPA all up in here.
Nice. All right, guys. So all your social medias, how can people get in touch and
Mine's
follow Kit?
easy. Mine's easy. Kit Cope at Kit Cope, KITCOPE on everything.
Everything.
That's
why he called it
page
Cage with a K
everything.
after you, man.
It's probably why.
It's exactly
Probably why
he
he had me in mind when he came up with the company,
Hells
which
yeah.
is actually very possible because he actually used to be one of the senior execs at bodybuilding.com,
Bodybuilding.com.
which is the largest supplement distributor in the world.
I would hope so with a name like that.
Yep. And so then he broke off to make instead of basically peddling everybody's wares.
Right.
He stepped off to make actually a good product and
Well, good for him.
good on him. Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him. Hell yeah. But you're on all the Twitters and the Instagrams.
I got the
and,
tweeters. I got the Instagrams.
and of course you're on the TVs, the UFC.
I do that every now and again.
Yeah.
I'm not currently employed by the UFC, but I'm still out there
All
talking
right.
gibbers. Yeah.
There you go. All right. So you guys follow Kit.
Follow me at Kit
And Rick
Cope.
just
Everything.
left. He stepped out. Mookie took his place.
Caw-caw.
And
There it is.
BroJaq.
You did that with such a serious face.
I'm
That's the one I'm looking for.
the passion. Hey
That's
man,
the
can I
one.
give your
There it
dad
is.
a shout out?
For sure.
So my family in Spikes Tactical Pipe Hitters Union, we had the privilege to attend Kit's recent marriage, which was beautiful.
Oh, it was awesome from what I
incredible.
heard.
It was
Thank
was
you.
incredible.
Thank you.
And so the parents get up and they do their normal speech. Your father-in-law, first of all, did a very good one. But your dad like grabbed the microphone from you at one point, and he says, and I'm going to paraphrase, he goes, all of you are here for a reason, and the people who aren't here for a reason. He goes, they're going to have hard times. They're going to fall down, and you need to be there to keep them accountable and to help them. And my wife and I looked at each other, and my wife goes, that was biblically sound. And that's what was happening.
It's solid, yeah.
Yeah, it was the most solid thing I've ever heard someone say at a wedding. Most honest. And actually your father-in-law as well, he said, I've been here, meaning at home, but I haven't been here. And I promised to be here more. And my wife, we also recognize the power and sincerity of that. And man, thank you for having us. We were so blessed to be a part of it, bro.
Thanks. But you know what? It was really important to me, and I mean, awesome of Spike to zoom you guys out there, which is such. I mean, like that's their boss.
Yeah.
Like really, that's your boss. And he's like, hey, yeah, go. I want you to go ahead and go to this wedding. That's pretty sweet.
It is. What I said before you got here is when we talked about sponsoring or hiring anyone, you're coming into our family. And Spikes Tactical, Pipe Hitters Union, it's a thing you belong to. And so when we knew we were going to do it and you were getting married, we're going to go be a part of it because this is family shit.
Right.
Yeah, and he actually came to me. It was the day before.
Yes.
It was the day before. He came, rolled up to my house. I was like making last minute preparations on some cornhole boxes. Yeah.
There you go.
I was making
Which my wife broke.
She did. I kept it though. It's a memento.
How did she break it?
She's like an orangutan arm woman.
She's
a beast.
It's
she's
hard
built
to break
for,
a
she's built
cornhole
for
Uh,
board.
battle for sure.
Yeah.
For
She's
sure.
so pretty though. She's very
right?
pretty.
How
Yeah.
crazy is that?
Yeah.
So she's quadruple threat, that one. And she it was funny because she came up to me and she was like, I
Don't
got
know how to
something
tell you
tell
this.
ya. I'm really sorry, but I broke the game over there.
The
And I was
game.
like,
She threw the bag through the cornhole.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Not the
Yeah.
hole. She swung that right through
Just
it.
hucked it in there, and
Oh my gosh.
I was like, you know what? That makes a better story.
Yeah. there
Makes
you
a
go.
better story. Thank you for doing so.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
they rolled up to me at my house the day before the wedding, and they called up. And Mookie called up, and he was like, "Hey, I don't want to, kind of trample all over your time. I know that you're getting ready to, to make a pretty big step in life,
Right,
which
yeah.
I think we can all agree on.
Marriage, yeah.
And so I, if you say that you're too busy or something like that, we'll totally be cool with it." And I was like, "No, dude, it's family. It's
There you
family.
go.
Come on out. If my dad, was like, hey, I want to come say hi before the wedding, come out. Yeah. So it's family. So they came on out and we hung out in my garage, in my man lair, my man shit lair.
There you
is what
go.
I call it. And
MSL.
scribbled down some words on some paper, and did some high fives,
Some high
some
fives.
fairly deep hugs.
Man, there were
Some farewells.
there was so
Farewell
much
to the single life.
so much debate about whether I should do that or not. Actually, everyone told me not to, but I said, "Listen," because it's literally
When do
hours
you
or-
listen to anybody?
before his wedding, and I go, "Listen, I'm gonna go over there and we're gonna sign a document, and he's gonna be able to tell his wife, hey, another revenue stream,
Boom.
done."
Yeah.
And
And
I
she's
actually
going to be
told-
on board.
I told your father-in-law that too. He's like, "Who are you? Who you with?" And I go, and I said, "We're with Kit, and another revenue stream." And he got teary-eyed and he hugged me. He goes, "Thank you, man."
Yeah.
So
that's what
I
Dad
also
shut
got
my own.
married,
It
and I
sounds like him.
remember my father-in-law like looking at me like, "You'd better make money."
Yeah.
So we just wanted to contribute to the forward motion of the Kit Cope family.
and
Awesome.
you have
Very good.
exceptionally.
Oh, do you hear that? Another hurricane.
Another
warning?
hurricane warning.
Oh no,
All right,
there's a
guys.
hurricane coming.
I know you guys are anxious to get out and start shooting, so let's go hit the range.
Thanks for having us, man. We really
man,
appreciate
thank
it.
you for
You're
being
very
on,
cool,
man.
very
Yeah,
Thank you.
This is awesome.
Anytime.
You guys are welcome anytime. When you got your upcoming next fight, let's get
Uh-huh.
on. Let's push and promote it.
I'm down. I'm down.
And of course, once you get all healed up and you start getting back in action, you're going to be back on. And then Rick left, so we're going to get Rick back on, and we want to get more detail about you guys. So I want to do just like a show specifically on you guys.
Cool.
That's it for the first installment
Thanks,
of our
Mookie.
Big Three East coverage. Got plenty more of those coming up for you guys. Make sure that you take part in that episode 170 trivia question for your chance to win an AR-15. I'd like to give a big thanks to my buddies at Frontier Tactical for putting me up during my travels this past week. We got, like I said, we got a video with those guys coming out, so make sure you check that out. FrontierTactical.com, the Warlock system. And a big thanks to my buddies up at Dipstick Hydrographics in South Carolina. Danny and the gang there really went out of their way to put me and Andrew up during our visit to the Iraq Veteran 88888 YouTube shoot. And that was a great time, and we've got a video coming from those guys too, where we videoed the hydro dipping process of the Palmetto State Armory AK-47 that we just recently received. So that's pretty cool. That's going to be an awesome video, and it turned out really good. We did some skull patterns on it, but you guys have seen the pictures on social media, and the video is coming soon as well. So that's enough. I've talked enough, you guys. This is a long episode. Make sure you check your iTunes, Stitcher, our website, wherever you get our downloads from, because like I said, I'll probably be making some more frequent posts for this Big 3 East event. As always, leadheads, keep your loved ones close and keep those firearms closer. And get out there and vote.